Yeah. And Spork Saber says F-18. You betcha there's an F-18 in there.
It's
But I do
it's
believe,
$2.99. That's nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 219 for the base app.
Okay.
Then there's in-app purchases for other things. They look like they were like 79 and 99 cents. So might be a little steep if you end up buying a lot of stuff. You might actually end up spending $20. But in comparison to a game, I don't think that's too bad.
No. I think it's good. We're still in the era where apps are selling for like pennies compared to other games. I think eventually games are going to start being $50 and such. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think we're in the golden era for apps as far as prices right now.
Oh, I agree. That's why every day I open up my Amazon free app of the day, and no matter what it is, I say buy because it's free.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys brought it up before. Not related, but kind of related. Microsoft just released Flight for free on the PC.
It's called Flight?
Yep, it's a flight simulator game.
Huh. They used to have Microsoft owned Flight Simulator, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they changed it, but I just downloaded it yesterday. It was free. It's still free today. I got through two or three of the training things. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Interesting.
Well, I go to Microsoft.com/game/Flight Simulator X. Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah.
But you can download the update Flight Simulator X trial version.
Now, this one's just called Flight, I think. Yeah, I'll find it.
I believe you. Man, I haven't played a flight simulator in a while. Last game I played, I think, was on in 1998. I think it was F-18 Falcon. Is that the Falcon F-18? Whatever the Falcon is, it was a
F-18.
Falcon.
I think it's Tomcat.
Well, I flew the Falcon, whatever that is, F6, whatever. And it was a great game. It's the last flight simulator I played. I'll tell you that. So
yeah, I bought the joystick and everything way back, in the Windows ME days to play a flight simulator game.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
I'll definitely say this. Flight at Microsoft.com/game/flight. I'll say this game does look pretty good. My guess is it's a slightly tuned down version of Flight Simulator, but the tuning down is not in the graphics. Let me say that.
I gotta check it out.
Gorgeous.
Cool. All right, we are back to Eric, who is coming through nice and crisp and clear now.
Are we gonna go with the same app that I tried to do earlier? Or do
if you have anything else to say on it, you could say that and then just do your next one.
Okay, now there's not much to say other than when you do polish the turd, you get a brown rainbow and it gets shinier. My next app, everybody's got to have brown rainbows. My next app is called Wi-Fi Finder, and it is basically an app that you can use when you're out of town and you want to locate free Wi-Fi hotspots.
Who makes it? Because there's a couple of them. Is it JIWire?
Yes, JIWire.
Cool.
It's an Wi-Fi Finder is a cool app, especially if you're a certain place. You can find what's close to you. You can also just like type it, like say you're going to go somewhere, and say you're going to stay at a certain hotel. You can see what free Wi-Fi's are going to be where around you. Like I did a quick search for like Daytona Beach, and it tells me all the ones that are going to be open there.
You going there?
No, I wish I was. I've been there. It's fun. It's a blast. But
now, is it just me, or is anyone else afraid to use free Wi-Fi in places?
Nope.
No?
I'm not afraid.
No.
I kind of know, I guess, too much. I will not let my Android connect to anything that I don't explicitly know, only because by default, you have no idea what's connecting on your phone and when it's connecting.
Yeah, I've heard too many apps and stories where it's easy, like those apps like the Firefox add-ons where you can just crack the heck out of any
Fire sheep.
Yeah, that thing. So I'm afraid to. But go ahead, Eric. You continue talking about this.
I like this because it'll pull up a map and it'll have all the both paid and free Wi-Fi hotspots.
Sweet. And
you can pinch to zoom. And then you can touch on each one and it'll tell you like what it is.
Is there any in Tampa?
I can find out. Yeah. We'll do a search and we'll just type in Tampa.
Let's see. I know Bob Evans has it. That's all I know.
Dude,
That's all?
bacon and Wi-Fi.
I've
Bacon
See, now,
and
if I had
Wi-Fi.
like, yeah, now if I had like a netbook, I wouldn't care. I'd connect to everything.
Does that look like Tampa, Florida? Or are we really zoomed out?
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, it does. I think.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Oh, all the green ones are free.
Wow.
Any
There it
certain
is,
highway we should be off of?
No, you're good. We don't have to get too in depth. That's me and
Okay.
Brandon there. In fact, that's me standing right there next to the green.
Which? Oh yeah, it says Steve's free Wi. Yep. ATT retail store, and then you got the DIB number, and Sam's Club is free Wi-Fi. Smoky Bones,
Yes, I've been there.
Staples, Starbucks. And Staples has free Wi-Fi. That's kind of odd.
Is that Bob Evans there? You're close to Bob Evans.
Barnes and Noble.
You're so close to Bob Evans.
Across the highway.
Across the highway to the left. We don't have to get into it. This is boring
Okay.
for those who don't live in
Anyway.
Brandon and care about Bob Evans.
Anyway, if you don't live in Brandon, you don't live in Tampa, you don't live in Daytona, but you do live anywhere else in the country, this will help. And I don't know, I haven't tried the world, but it'll help you find some free Wi-Fi spots.
Awesome.
Okay.
Wi-Fi Finder.
Wi-Fi Finder.
J from J-I-Wire. J-Wire. Wi-Fi Finder from J-Wire. It makes you. It sounds. You sound like a Jawa when you say it. All right, Sean, you're up.
Okay.
You're not
This
going to
one-
correct me that Jawas don't sound like that, are you?
Yeah, they don't. They say Utini, but anyways.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now this next one, I'm not gonna say I recommend it, but I've been kind of testing it. Um, it- it's probably, I would say, the most expensive app that's ever been brought to the show, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
It's
Log me in.
no, it's Navigon USA. It's a
Now, why would you
Basically-
use that with a? Go ahead. Go ahead.
because like an old guest of this show, SMD, I have a thing for navigation. I don't know why. So I'm like a raccoon seeing something sparkly. I just have, if it's in a hole, I gotta get it. I gotta try it. I just can't stop. It's like
How is it so
35.
expensive?
I think
Oh,
it's like
$49.
Well, no,
$49.95 for USA and Canada.
that's the USA and Canada. I don't need Canada, but
Who
so-
does? Nobody does.
I think it's 35 for just the US, but either way, I'm
40, $39.95.
Door's
You
freaking
bought
out.
this?
door. I said I'm testing it,
Okay.
and
Oh,
I will
thank you. Yeah.
if you got my air quotes.
Yeah.
Educational.
It's yes, if I like it, I will pay for it, but I don't.
Dude, it looks good.
It does. And if you look at the ratings, there's a lot of bad ratings for it. But the only issue I've had with this one is it seems like the GPS pinpointing as far as location is just a little bit off compared to Google Nav, which is my navigation of choice.
Which
but
sucks for a GPS app, if that's all.
Good boy.
What I mean, yeah, exactly. I put in my work address this morning, and that's the other thing. The UI to get, to put in a destination, there's a little more involved. It reminds me of like my TomTom, where you got to hit, the city, the street, and instead of just typing in like Google Nav, you just type it in all one thing.
Mm.
But it's a very nice looking app. It's like a 3D
Looks,
image at you.
It does look great. I mean, I especially like the graphics where they show you how many lanes on a exit ramp there is.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's what I
that's
was going to say.
That's awesome.
Cool.
yeah, those are the things that make me just kind of go in my car when I'm by myself when I know there's like a big split on it and it
Yeah.
shows that. Yeah, I like that stuff. And if you look on the top, it's got a speedometer built in, or you can tap that little bar on the top, and it'll give you your your distance and how long it's going to take you to get to your destination.
Wow.
So I mean, it's pretty well, and it's got a really good the navigation, the voice guidance is super clear, unlike Google Nav. And the cool thing with that is you can kind of change it. There's two different female voices. One's just like it's kind of like, I guess, the Siri voice, that kind of nice womanly voice, and then the other one is kind of like reminds me of like a cougar that smokes or something. She's like, all right, there you go, Lamp. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, so it depends what kind of mood you're in.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm not serious, man. I wouldn't lie to you.
Man, so you have
it might not
Siri
be
or
that
smoking
extreme,
cougar.
Yeah.
So what's your final analysis? Is this you gonna buy it?
No.
Okay, it's not good.
Really?
I mean, it's cool, but
Can I
that's
ask
a
you,
lot of
how
money.
long did you use it?
Well, you only get 15 minutes, Tor.
Oh. How many times then did you download it? She said.
No, I've
20?
been using it all week.
Okay.
I've been using
And
it all
it
week.
still
And the other thing too is when you install this, it's not just like boom, you're done. You have to actually download the map. So that I
Right.
did over Wi-Fi, and like you guys, I have Fios, and it took a good 15 minutes to download the maps. And I think the maps took out about a gig and a half of space. So
Well, because
Wow.
here's a couple things I have to point out about the app. Like the third or fourth screenshot, when it's showing you the directions and stuff on the bottom right, it's showing you the lanes you should be in. Then it shows you when there's exiting the lanes you have to be in. I haven't seen a map app turn by turn on my phone do that right. That alone is valuable. But the biggest thing I say is you keep moving, they show you inside a tunnel.
Yeah,
How in the
that's neat.
hell do they know where you're at in a tunnel? You can't get GPS service in a tunnel.
Well,
So if they could accurately tell me where I'm at in a tunnel, I salute them. That is fantastic technology.
yeah, I don't have any tunnels nearby, but I would have to think it's just like any other, like the navigation on mobile where it's cell assisted. So I mean, probably
Yeah.
can cache it a little bit and knows, okay.
No, I can tell you everything, every GPS thing I've done, once I go in the tunnel, one of two things happen. It takes me in a continuation of the straight line I was in right before I hit the tunnel, i.e., I'm in the middle of the bay by the time I get out of the tunnel, and then it jumps to where it's supposed to be at, or it just keeps me at the entrance of the tunnel until I pop out the other side. I've never seen one go hack.
Maybe it just because this is obviously not the graphic I'm showing now. It's obviously not an animated shot. You know what I mean? So
Right,
maybe they
right.
just flash that up there while you're in the tunnel because it knows you entered the tunnel, right?
Well, yeah, but that's at least shows a little bit of common sense on their behalf.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I mean?
does. It does.
Well, and I'll say, I don't know if I said it's already in the show or not, but I'm going to Florida here in a couple weeks. If I already know I'm coming up, I have to stay in the right 2 lanes. That might be worth $39.
Wow.
Well,
I'm not going to lie, because just so my wife won't say, get over.
maybe
I don't want to hear that.
You should probably test it for a few days
I should
before you go
test
dump that cash.
I think I should. No, see, here's the beautiful thing. I think I should test it on the way down there while she has Google Maps up on her phone.
Okay. It's good.
And then if it's really good on the way back, I can buy it.
Yeah, that's a good way because last summer, that's what I did. I had Google Maps, and then I would have my TomTom, and Google Maps was actually a little more accurate than my TomTom, which surprised me. So
And I'll definitely say you get the money award, because this is definitely the most expensive one we've ever found on the show.
All right.
Ooh,
First
that's a
ever.
new contest.
Awesome, Sean. Good app.
I can't wait for Google Maps and navigation. Oh, let's lock up again.
No, you're here. You can't wait for what? No, he can't hear us now. Door, you're up.
Okay. This next app I want to mention, I believe
Yes.
we're actually, I believe, no, we didn't. Never mind. Okay. Here's the name of the app.
Hang on one second.
No.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to disable all notification sounds right now. Right now, mid-show, mute all sounds. Save.
Do it.
Okay, it's done.
Do it.
What happened?
Okay.
Now you're back. You're good, Eric.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. This I want to mention. Actually, info lookup or Sherman on Google Plus
Yes.
told me about this app. My brain's not right, Steve. It's the sounds. Sherwin Williams, aka Info Lookup, really good guy,
Yes.
gave me this app. We actually talked about it a little bit last night on Droid Nation, and by a little bit I mean Josh was like picking it apart, saying what it did when it was good. Okay. It's called LBE Privacy Guard. The only way I can